Everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Brianna Whiteside, and I create faith, fashion, lifestyle, and finance content. And so if you're here, that must mean that you're interested in one or more of these topics. And because I want you to come back for more, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any video that I'm going to be doing. In today's video, I want to talk about how I stopped emotional spending. Y'all, money has become so important to me over the last few years, and I've done tons of videos on them on my YouTube channel about my financial journey. So go ahead and look at the wealth building playlist and you'll get an idea of my journey, right? And so just a truncated recap, I was in $10,000 worth of consumer debt, felt worthless, felt that there was no hope for me. And this was 2019, and I decided I need to get my act together. So I gave myself a year to pay off that $10K, and I paid it off in less than a year, 8 months to be exact, in August. And then in 2020, I had this crazy idea to save $10,000 because I had, spent gotten in $10,000 worth of debt. So it's only right that I saved 10K, and I managed to do that in 2020. 2021, God challenged me to save 20K with the help of the stock market. Did that. Shocked me. 2022, this year, grossed my first 100K, doing all the things that I do, and now I have an aggressive goal to save an additional 10K, and I came up with that goal at the end of July 25th or the 23rd, I can't remember, but I came up with that goal and I am aggressively working towards it. And so when I'm speaking to you about money, this is not from I got it always right or that I know everything. This is a very new phenomenon for me, right? This is something that is very new that I didn't even anticipate even caring about, right? I think subconsciously I thought that I was always going to be in debt because that was normal, and God had other plans for me because it was only God who could change my mind about money. Okay, let me just be clear. And so as a result, I have been aggressively on this financial journey, and I want to kind of talk about one reason or one way that I stopped emotional spending, because y'all, I was the retail therapy queen. Okay, if something happened to me and I had a bad day, I was going to spend some money, and honestly that didn't help because I didn't have the money that I was spending. I was trying to cover up a deep-seated emotional wound with more stuff, and I couldn't figure out, like, Brianna, why are you still unhappy? Well, because retail therapy never works. It does not work. The way that I stopped spending emotionally was going to therapy. I traded one thing for another. And my therapy bill, thanks to my insurance, is much less than my retail therapy bill was going to be. And so I had to work out these problems within myself, right? I have to figure out, okay, why do you feel like more stuff will make you feel worthy or make you feel better? Why do you feel that you can put a Band-Aid on this historical trauma and that it'll go away? Why do you think that you can still thrive if you still have survival wounds? Why do you think these things? I had to really ask myself these hard questions, and they weren't cute. The answers that I received back from myself weren't cute. I didn't like who I was becoming. I noticed that I had become stagnant, and yeah, I needed to change, and I knew that I needed to change, and I knew that I was headed to a bad place if I continued going down that road. And so I stopped the retail therapy, and I started going to real therapy. Retail therapy, I'm gonna say it again, does not work because you have real emotional needs, you have real emotional traumas and breaks, and you need to handle those things and get healing for those things. And I had to go to therapy. I had to talk it out. I had to face the truth about myself, and that really saved me a lot of money over the years, because when I tell you, I wasn't just buying one thing. I was buying $200-300 worth of stuff, putting it on my credit card, having to pay the interest rate from my credit cards because I couldn't afford to pay cash for the items, and then I would be more depressed and I would be more in my feelings because I didn't have the money. Like, it was just a cyclical cycle, and I was spiraling out of control, and that's not what I want for you. Okay, you cannot outspend trauma. because trauma is, when you hold on to it, it's expensive. It's an expensive price to pay, okay? And I need you to be aware of that. Listen to me. You're not gonna outrun it, okay? Because it's gonna always be there. I want you to stop the emotional spending if that's what you're doing, and I want you to go get real help. There's nothing wrong with seeking a professional counselor. Like, I'm still in therapy, and I love it. I enjoy it. Therapy is really good for me, honestly. I do it for maintenance. I do it to check in with myself, because sometimes the things that my therapist asks me, I'm not necessarily going to ask myself, because I'm not aware to ask myself. He has tools and has training that I don't have. And so I really am grateful for that. And it has saved me life. I really think it has saved my life, to be honest, because I was stuck in a perpetual state of survival. And I was stuck, and I kept going around the same mountain. I couldn't figure out why. And it wasn't fun, y'all. It wasn't fun for me. And if you're emotionally spending, if you're really honest, it's not fun for you either, because you're really trying to cover up a real need that you may have. And it's not working out for you if you're really honest. It never works out, because you need real healing, and you need to confront real troubles, and you need real deliverance, right? You need all of these things, and it's not going to come by you spending more money. You can't throw money at this stuff. You have to really take inventory and ownership, and then change. So that is really how I stopped emotional spending and stopped going down the spiral. I stopped, went to therapy, faced the boogeyman that was in the closet, and it's been the best decision that I've done for myself. It was hard. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It was really worth it. And so if you're considering therapy, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and go to therapy. Listen, I care about you, and if you want to grow, and if you admire anything about my life, some of it is a result of therapy, Jesus and therapy, okay? So that's how I stopped emotional spending. Nothing spectacular, hard work as usual, but very intentional work. And so hopefully that helps you. If you need financial resources, though, I have two ebooks on my site, BriannaWhiteside.com. The first is how I climbed out of consumer debt in 8 months, and how you can too. And the second is how I saved $20,000 in 1 year, and how you can too. Of course, they're available on my site, BriannaWhiteside.com, as ebooks, and I hope you'll consider grabbing them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.